Hey, I'm Bill. I'm going to try a series of new types of videos. It's going to be some lifestyle stuff, just me doing what I like to do and kind of showing you things that I think are cool. I'm going to do it without any editing. I'm going to do it just as it happens, and we'll see if you like it, we'll see if it's good. So today what I'm doing is I'm going to change out some tubes. I got some Gold Lion tubes. I got these tubes here. These are some Gold Lion tubes. They're an EL34 replacement for this amp. This is an EL34 amp. This tube went out. I switched it and confirmed that it is the tube that went out by switching the tubes. So the right channel was making this sound like little wind sound, as my wife described it. And I switched the two tubes and it started coming out of the other channel, so I know that it's the tube. And this is a brand new amp. I recently bought it. So normally I would complain to Old Chen and tell them they should maybe send me a tube. But one, they already sent me a tube because one was bad when I got it. And the second thing is I think this second one was my fault. One was bad when it shipped and they gave me another one. I've only had it for a short period of time, but I was connecting something and I bumped this tube, and when I bumped it, it stopped working. So I think this one's on me. So I bought some of these. I decided to upgrade. Cheers. Have a little drink. I like mezcal. So I got some mezcal here. Tequila, mezcal. I like both. This is mezcal. Yeah, we're going to change out these tubes. I'm going to keep them in case I want to test them or something. So I've got my protective gloves on. I just don't want to get oil on them. I'm not saying if you touch the tubes, boom, they pop. I know plenty of people put these in with their hands and they seem to work fine, but I am not made of money. I'm trying to be a little cost conservative here, so I want to be reasonable. So, very nice. They put one little popcorn piece on the top for me here. I'm excited. I've never had Gold Lion tubes before. Very fancy looking. There's the tube. There's the box it came in. I'm going to link you to the vendor I got this from on the video. They came very fast. I got to tell you, I ordered them and they came in like 2 or 3 days. I've never ever ordered anything that came that fast. When you take a tube out, you want to rock it around. Make sure it comes out smoothly. You don't want to cause excess pressure on the tubes. Alright, so just snapped right in there. Looks good. Looks very similar to my other one. Take that bad boy out. So the reason you're hearing music is not because my amplifier is on, it is off. I have a secondary amplifier. I use this Fosi audio. I'm a big fan of this. It's a BT20A Pro. I don't need the Bluetooth. I wish it actually didn't have Bluetooth. I might disable it inside by breaking the chip. I don't want the Bluetooth, but it's a great amp. It's an awesome amp. I changed out the op amp inside it. It lets you change them very easily. They're swappable op amps in this tube. So I put a Sparkos op amp, 2 of them actually, 2xDual Sparkos op amps in here. And that upgrades this little amp to a 300 watt per channel amp that's very nice and clear. When I switch back and forth from here to here, very few people even notice the difference. Unless you're really into audio, nobody notices the difference. Why do I have both? I notice the difference, and I like to have the EL34 sound. So here they are. They're in. We're listening to some music right now. I'll turn it up a little bit. I know you're just hearing through my phone. I guess. I do have microphones. If you request, I will do high-grade recordings. I'm curious if you can even hear me with the music, but I will use good microphones if we're getting views on these. It's just a test. All right, so it's a little too loud for our test. All right, so I'm putting them both to the same volume. I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to let them warm up. It's a tube amp, so it's not going to sound good until it warms up. You're hearing music that's coming from this. This is. I'll explain. Give me 1 second. So what we've got here is iFi Signature Series DACs. We've got, this is the headphone DAC, the Signature headphone DAC. This is the Signature Series DAC that lets me use USB from this computer, or it will let me use Bluetooth. But the USB sounds better than the Bluetooth. So we're doing that. Thanks, Joe Parvey. Shout out to Joe Parvey for convincing me of that, and I debated him on it, and I gotta say he's correct. Joe's right about the fact. I don't know why. I'm learning a lot, but it sounds better. House of Stereo. Joe Parvey's the genius over at House of Stereo. If you got any audio questions, highly recommend talking to him. So here we go. Moment of truth. Let's hear what it sounds like. It should be warmed up a little bit. It's not going to be. It takes about 4 hours, give or take, for it to really warm up. But we can hear it now. So I just switched, and now we're listening to this amp. And it's not a good test because I'm in between songs. Barely heard anything. Let's wait for a new song. You're listening to Sun Squabby Deluxe, late night radio. I think that's a nice sound. We're going to turn it up a little bit. Oh, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm listening to the different sound signatures. I want to hear. I'm going to walk out of frame for a second and walk around the room and see how it sounds in different areas. Yeah, so that's nice. It really sounds good in different parts of the room. I'm a fan. Good job, Gold Lion. I'm new to this. I'm not really an expert. So the reason I have to turn both of these knobs at the same time is because my subs are still connected through here. I use the passive out from here to here to this active sub. So this is what compensates for some of the low end that I miss out of these Bose 901, and I've got a super tweeter on top to compensate for some of the highs that I'm missing. Also, I'm balancing it out here with some reference Premier Klipsch speakers, which are super efficient, because these are low efficiency, these are high efficiency, and I kind of just throw them into the mix with a little bit of balance. Sometimes I hook them up to the 2 amps. I've got different ways of connecting them, but predominantly I have it set. So I hope you enjoyed that. We just installed some Gold Lion tubes. We put our old tubes in here, so we'll make a mark on them and let them what type of tubes are actually in here now. And I'll put these in storage in case I want to hear the old EL34s, and I'll mark which one's bad, because one of them I think I might have messed it up. So one of them really isn't good. It plays for an hour or so. It sounds good most of the time, but every now and then you can hear this distortion, and well, who wants a beautiful tube amp that makes distortion? Not me. So Gold Lion tubes came recommended from a lot of people online and a lot of other reviewers, so I tried them out and I'm a fan. So thank you much.